Welcome to the Gamma Iota Sigma webinar where we will discuss career opportunities at Markel. Quickly, all three of us on this presentation participated in the 2018 underwriting training program after graduating from undergrad in May of last year. My name is Caleb Hardy, and I'm an associate underwriter for commercial primary casualty working out of our Scottsdale, Arizona office. I'm also a regional director for the Gamma Iota Sigma alumni chapter here in Scottsdale.
Hi everyone, my name is Meredith Deering and I graduated from Troy University last May and now work as an associate underwriter on the commercial property team in Alpharetta. Similar to Caleb, am also a part of the Gamma Iota Sigma Alumni Council here in Atlanta.
And my name is Will Egan. I graduated from the University of Georgia in May, joined the UTP program with Caleb and Meredith. I'm in Richmond and I'm in primary casualty, much like Caleb. I'm the co-president of the Richmond Gamma Alumni Association. Thank you guys so much for joining us today for this webinar. We're going to keep it short and sweet to you guys. We just got a few slides to go over, give you some information about Markel, and Caleb is going to kick it off for us with just explaining who we are and what we do.
So Markel is a global Fortune 500 company headquartered in Richmond, Virginia. We are a market leader for specialty insurance, reinsurance, and investment operations around the world. We specialize in providing unique insurance products within a set of niche markets. We insure things like life science risks, museums and fine arts, collector cars, equine risks, concerts and sporting events, wineries, consumer products, and much more. At Markel, we enjoy what we're doing. We abide by what we call the Markel style. We're spontaneous and flexible. We work together to innovate and create, win, and share success. We like to say that we work hard, pursue excellence in all that we do, and try to keep a sense of humor about ourselves. At Markel, we have competitive benefits and many sources designed to help you succeed as an employee. Our company is dedicated to providing a professional environment for our employees, but we like to have a lot of fun too. From chili cook-offs to holiday parties, there's always something exciting going on at Markel. Now this presentation will be available to you at the conclusion of this webinar for you to dig a bit deeper.
All right, so like Caleb said, Markel really believes in supporting every single employee in each of their pursuits. And really trying to maximize their personal potential. Little things that we do to accomplish that are things like paying for textbooks and your designations so you can get those if you want them. They're not required. It's just a nice thing that Markel does for each of the employees. That also includes big things, though, like giving junior members, like the three of us, a real chance to make a difference at the company and to speak out if we see that there's an area that we can improve and give suggestions, and people will listen. We have an open door policy at Markel for sure. On this slide, it kind of shows you a few of the things that we have that sort of support that goal. There's a lot of information on this slide, and you're going to be able to come back to it and look. And, of course, this stuff's on markel.com as well. But it kind of highlights a couple of the networks that we have, the small communities, to help people at Markel connect and grow together. So things like the Women's Network and the Jitneys, which the three of us are a part of. It's basically the young professional network at Markel. All of this is great stuff. It helps people connect, like I said, and all of it's available to every employee. So I'm going to actually talk about a few of the opportunities we have for you at Markel. This is what you came to hear, right? So first I'll talk about our internships. If Markel is sounding really good to you as a possible place to spend your summer, we've got some really great internship opportunities basically available in every corner of the company. You can actually start applying for these in between November and January. And yes, it's a paid internship, which is nice for you guys. But you can see on the list of places in the company you can go to, there's basically something for everybody for every major. So we highly recommend you check us out and apply. So if you're interested in a full-time position, which many of you are, graduating seniors, We've got the Markel UTP program, which the three of us participated in. That's a full-time underwriter position, and Meredith is going to talk a little bit about that. Meredith?
Yeah, so now that Will kind of gave you a bit of a broader overview of Markel, we really want to dive into our underwriter training program. And as you can see under the program summary, it really is a premier entry-level program that's designed to equip our associates to be successful underwriters and future leaders. And, you know, coming out of the program, I really can say that that's true. And as you can see, the qualifications are there on the bottom of the screen for you to dive into later. But I think 3 points about the program that really help it stand out and to, you know, just set it apart from other companies are that, one, you gain a network of young professionals. So you're in this program with participants from all across the country, and you automatically have people that you can rely on and grow in your career with. Two, this is a thorough training program, so Markel really cares about setting you up for success. So you're going to have all the tools and all the equipment that you need to be successful in your job whenever you roll out into underwriting. And third, you get accelerated underwriting authority. So by this immersed training that you have, you'll be up in underwriting within 6 months to a year instead of waiting years to finally, you know, be able to dive into those accounts and really underwrite policies yourself. So Will, if you could flip that screen for us. And just like we were talking about how the program is structured to accelerate learning, there's really 3 arms of that. One being experience, the second feedback and coaching, and the third formal training. So with the first one, the experience, the on-the-job training is huge. I think every member of your team, if you were to be a part of this program, would be more than willing to allow you to shadow them, to answer any questions that you have, and in fact, they really encourage that for you. We have the capstone projects that we'll dive into a little bit more on the next slide. We have broker visits. That's huge at Markel. It's really important. We really value relationships here. And then lastly, you get the risk visit with exposure and analysis training, and that might look different depending on what office you're in, but again, just another great experience for you when you're in training.
Yeah, and for feedback and coaching, mentoring is huge throughout this program. Each trainee is assigned a mentor in their respective region that assists them with their adjustment to the insurance industry after college, helps with their capstone project, and makes sure that your training is just going smoothly. For networking, you're always getting opportunities to meet with brokers and shadow other underwriters in the region, learning what it takes to have a successful marketing experience. And this program is unparalleled when it comes to leadership exposure. We would often have lunch meetings with senior leadership, and it's pretty cool to be a few short months out of college sitting at a table with the CEO of a Fortune 500 company. And Will is going to touch on the formal training.
Yeah, so the formal training in the program is an incredibly important part, and it's a huge part of developing your underwriting skills and your knowledge of the company as a whole. You know, it was really cool. We were basically handed a key to the company and told, you know, you're going to get access to all the major thinkers. So like Caleb mentioned, we had lunch with the CEO, but we had actually, you know, executives come and actually present information to us about underwriting different types of accounts, what certain departments do, and really getting to know these people and get the exposure to them was fantastic. So, for example, we got to hear presentations from our CEO, our chairman of the board, our chief informational officer, our chief financial officer, our chief underwriting officer, and at least one top or major director from every single department, and of course plenty of underwriters. So, you know, you're taught the basics all the way to the nitty-gritty, and it really gives you a Markel mindset rather than, you know, just kind of being locked down to the bubble around your desk. That's something that's very unique to this program and will really help you develop in your early career. So with that, we're going to get into some of the phases of the program. Meredith's going to lead us there.
Yeah, so there's 5 phases within the program, the first being the orientation. So this phase really gives participants an overview of the program, and it's a great time to meet other participants and really find out what the program's all about. The second session that we have is the summer session, and as Bill and Caleb mentioned earlier, this is where the participants get a chance to interact with many of the leaders at Markel and gain a wide knowledge of Markel products as well as Markel's risk appetite. The third session that we have is the on-the-job training, and possibly the most important session that we have, since it really focuses on those day-to-day responsibilities of the underwriter, such as underwriting policies, marketing with your brokers, and engaging with the team around you. Our fourth session is the mid-session. Probably my favorite session, and probably Will and Caleb's also. This is a really, really fun and unique training session, and it's tailored towards your marketing aspect of an underwriting position. So your participants are actively involved in sales, negotiation trainings, and also interacting with brokers from various product lines. Our last phase that we have in the program is the program capstone, and I'm going to leave it to Will and Caleb to elaborate a little more on that one.
Yeah, and the capstone project is something that's really special about UTP, and it ends up being one of the favorite parts for everybody, even though it seems a little daunting at first. It's really essentially a semester project that you work on as an individual, kind of like in college, a semester project. Lasts about 5 months, and the goal is to improve something in your product line. Leadership basically says, you're a smart person, we've hired you to be a good underwriter, but we also want you to be a Markel thinker. What is something wrong in your product line, and can you research it and find out a way to fix it? So at the end of that process of doing your research, of compiling information, talking to different people from around the company, you get to present your findings to executive leadership, which is really an opportunity if you get in their career to present something where they think they can improve a portion of the company, let alone the first 6 months of your first job. It's really something very special. So, as an example, Caleb and I, we both underwrite, we're both in primary casualty, as we said before, and the two pieces of that are contractors liability and product liability accounts. And there was a big initiative when we got in to drive more products business because it performs extremely well, and we didn't have enough of it really. We wanted more. So Caleb had sort of this product development piece, and Caleb, could you kind of talk about what you did?
Yeah, sure. Well, so my project focused exclusively on how we could grow our book of product liability at Markel. So throughout the training program, I conducted market research to quantify the piece of the market that we already held and introduced ways that we could start to absorb more of the products market. And Will's project was, paired pretty nicely with mine. We visited our product line leader in Chicago to discuss ways that we could go about this. And we even worked with underwriters and departments across the company to point out any deficiencies in our approach and think of innovative ways that we could bring more premium dollars to Markel. So probably my favorite part of the project and even the program was just getting to learn from all sorts of different individuals in the company, from the data folks to our product line leader. Markel is full of talented people, and this project certainly exposed me to that.
Yeah, and personally, I presented on sort of what was basically this tandem piece to Caleb's, which was this economic analysis of the products book to basically see how the book would perform in a recession. So Caleb's doing this very product development heavy piece, and I'm doing sort of the nitty gritty on maybe what it could look like, how it's going to perform in its most tested environment, being a recession. So Caleb and I actually got the opportunity after presenting to work together on many other projects because senior leadership liked what we had to say, and they wanted us to work on other stuff. We would have never gotten the opportunity to work on those other things had we not been in the UTP program and been given that amazing opportunity to demonstrate ourselves and our abilities to that leadership. So that was something really, really special. Just to cap it off, here's a picture of us. Over here, we were in Plano, Texas together. This is the Broker Week, and these people represent folks from all across the country, even Bermuda. Chris is actually from our Bermuda office. We're a real tight group now. We're all friends after the program, so it's really something cool, and we all bonded during it. With that, I just want to say thank you guys so much for coming and listening to us. As always, you can go to markel.com to find out more about Markel, find out more about our job postings. Like I said, for the internship, it's going to be probably November, January when those get posted, and the UTP program will get posted probably a little bit sooner than that, maybe start checking in September. I'm not totally sure, but HR handles those things. but you can go there, and in the career opportunities pages where you'll find those job postings. So with that, we'll end it. Thank you guys for joining us. Really appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.